James is standing before the dressing table while tying his tie, while her girlfriend, Ruby, is still sleeping on the bed. They have been in a relationship for the last 2 years, and now they were nearly thinking of getting married. James' phone rings, whose sound wakes Ruby up. James takes the call and speaks to the person on the other end of the phone.
Hi, who's there?
Hello, James. It's me, Layla. I suppose you would remember me from the last party that you attended with Ruby. Well, I was wondering.
James didn't want Ruby to know with whom he was talking to.
Yeah, I remember you. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering, can you come to my home tonight? Alone?
Wait for a second. Why?
Well, you will know it once you visit me. And yeah, don't let Ruby know about it.
I am not going anywhere. I don't know you exactly.
James hangs up the call. Ruby doesn't know with whom he talked, so she asks.
Who was calling you at this hour?
I don't know. Might be a wrong number.
Ruby gets up and heads toward the washroom, but stops after hearing the ringing of her phone.
Hello, Layla. How are you? I wasn't expecting your call so early in the morning.
I am fine. I just wanted to let you know something.
Yeah, I am listening.
You know, James loves you, but he will never follow what you say to him, especially when he has to leave his office meeting for you.
Are you all right? How can you say this, Layla?
Layla plays her shot and makes Ruby fall into the trap.
You want to test it, yes? Ask James not to go to the office today and come to my house for dinner.
I don't know why you are saying all of this, but if that's so, I will come for dinner with him.
You need to talk to him first. Who knows whether he will come with you or not?
We will see.
Ruby hangs up the call and directly goes to James. Ruby becomes Layla's target, and now she has to prove that James would do what she will ask him to do.
James, don't go to the office today. Let's go to Layla's house for dinner. She's invited us.
James understands what's going on in Layla's mind. He tries to play safe, but, well, he has to accept.
Listen, Ruby. I have an important meeting today. We can visit her next time. Promise.
Do you love me or not?
What kind of question is it? Of course I love you.
Then leave the meeting and come with me to Layla's house for dinner.
Okay, I'm coming just for you.
James and Ruby start to get ready for dinner. Ruby takes shower and at last wears the dress which James loves.
Will there be someone else too for dinner?
I don't know. Let me ask Layla.
Ruby texts Layla and asks her. She gets a reply that there would also be Layla's boyfriend there. James and Ruby get into the car to reach Layla's house on time. Ruby had taken literally the whole day to be pretty, and now she was looking gorgeous. They reach Layla's house in 20 minutes. James parks the car and goes into Layla's house with Ruby. They greet Layla, but find no one else than her in the house.
Where's your boyfriend?
I called him and he said that her mother was feeling unwell. So, he took her to the hospital.
May she get well soon.
They go to the dinner table, where delicious dishes and wine are ready. They start the dinner, and during the whole time, Layla stares at James, which makes him feel quite uncomfortable.
Where's the restroom?
In the right corner? Let me take you there.
No, it's all right. He wouldn't find it himself. Right, James?
Yeah, of course.
Ruby and Layla talk a little, and then Layla gives the idea of playing cards, but with a twist. James comes back from the restroom and joins them.
Well, I and Ruby have decided to play cards.
That's too boring, Layla.
No, let me make it a bit spicy. James won't play the game. He would be the reward only.
What do you mean by that?
You and I would play the game, and the one who would win between us would take James as her boyfriend. What do you say?
Ruby laughs hysterically. She's just surprised to know how awkwardly Layla can think.
Don't make fun of me. Be serious and play the game.
I knew it. Ruby would fear losing the game and you, James.
Excuse me? I don't fear anything.
Then play the game and accept the decision.
You know what? Let's play.
What? You can't play the game, Ruby.
Layla starts to distribute the card, which Ruby picks. They both are ready for the fierce game, which starts as soon as Layla picks her cards. The game goes on, and then the time comes when Layla hits her hand on the table in excitement. She shows her 3 cards, which are the 3 aces. Layla no doubt has won the game.
I won. You lost, Ruby darling. Where's my reward?
Layla stares at James with her signature flirtatious sight and reaches to his hand to hold.
You are mad, Layla.
Don't say this. We have decided this before the game, no?
Come on, James. Let's go home.
Ruby holds James' hands and goes out of Layla's house. They get into the car and leave for their home. They both look quite disturbed and surprised at what had happened a few minutes ago.
She used you as bait.
I got it now. She had called you in the morning, right?
Let's leave it and don't talk about it. Layla seems sick.
She really is sick. Never pick up her call again, James. Never.